Buenos dias and welcome to the cycling paradise of the island of Mallorca. Now, when most cyclists come here, they tend to base themselves around the more touristy towns of Alcudia and Palencia over there on the east coast. But today I'm continuing to explore the region that's kind of ignored by most cyclists, and that's over here on the west coast. I've been coming to Mallorca cycling for over 20 years now, and this is a part of the island that I have never ever cycled around. But today I'm here with my cycling chum Oscar, who lives over here, and he's very kindly agreed to show me around. We started our ride today in the village of Santa Maria, and now we've just cycled through the village of Santa Eugenia. Very nice little view of the village up on the hillside there with the windmill. So Oscar, where are we cycling today?
We're doing a little loop in an area that is called Es Pla, which loosely translated would be the plain. Ironically, it's not necessarily plain or flat, it's very undulating but without major climbs, and it's a bit, I describe it as the agricultural heartland of the island, small towns and villages, where tourism hasn't had a big impact yet, some, but not much, and there's still a lot of agriculture taking place in this area.
How far are we cycling today?
48 kilometers.
Okay, not too bad. And how many meters of climbing?
If I can trust my Garmin, it'll be just under 300 meters.
Okay, nice and civilized. There are still plenty of cyclists out and about riding, but I get the feeling a lot of them are actually local people. So, Oscar, this is Lloret, isn't it? The village of Lloret?
Yes, Lloret de Vista Alegre.
What does that mean?
Well, Lloret de Vista Alegre means, if you translate it, Vista Alegre means the joyful view. It's a town that is up on a bit of a hill, a village.
I certainly felt that as we were riding.
Yeah. So it's, and you've got, when we ride out, you'll see it even more, views across the whole of the plain. So that's why I guess they named it Lloret de Vista Alegre.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
We'll see that.
Correct.
Very nice little cafe stop there in the village of Lloret. I had a nice little ham and cheese baguette thing. And now we're back on the road. So we've got about another 30k to go on our ride. And the sun's come out again. It's absolutely gorgeous. The green fields and the hills in the background remind me of home. I could almost be in the UK if it wasn't for the palm trees, the smooth roads, the sunshine. Whenever I've come to Mallorca, I've always kind of just followed the crowd and based myself on that eastern part of the island, and mainly for access to the iconic climbs like the Cap Formentor, Sacalobra, etc. But after many years of coming here, you kind of get bored of doing the same route. So coming over to the west side here is a really refreshing change of scenery, refreshing change of routes. It may sound a little bizarre, but one of the things that I really like about coming to Mallorca is the smell. There's this sort of smell of sort of pine trees, and I don't know what plant it is, but it's a very particular smell, very pleasant, and it just says you're somewhere different, it's nice and warm, and you're just having a nice time. Love it. hear you, Oscar.
Nice view coming up.
Yes, stunning view.
There you see the canyons again. All over where yesterday.
This road's a bit more like it. We've got a nice view of the mountains and it's predominantly downhill, so absolute pleasure to ride. Another thing I've been very, very pleasantly surprised with is the weather. I've been to Mallorca in March and it's been very nice, but I never expected it to be this nice in late January. Today our temperatures peaked at 19 degrees Celsius, which is pretty warm, and at one point I thought I was overheating slightly. It's still probably a little too cold for short kit, but you know, compare that to the weather in the UK at the minute, it's just chalk and cheese. Absolutely fantastic. Another advantage of coming out here this time of year and to this part of Mallorca is the accommodation. Over in Polenta and Alcudia, the hotels aren't even open, and when they do open, they're pretty expensive. But this side of the island, they're much, much cheaper, and getting here is considerably cheaper as well. I mean, Mallorca's fairly cheap to get to anyway. You can get an EasyJet flight return for about £50 even in April. But an insider tip here is also check out the main airlines. I flew out here with British Airways, and the cost of taking the bike and hand luggage, etc., was a lot cheaper than even EasyJet. That's us back through the village of Santa Eugene, and now we're heading for Santa Maria, and we'll end the ride there. Only a couple more kilometres to go. So how's it, what you got on there?
47.3 kilometers.
Yeah.
And where is it? 1,300 calories burned.
Oh, okay, that's the important one. Yep.
327 meters.
I won't even look at mine. I'll have a look. It's about 500 meters, I think.
500 meters. We can hereby reveal that Leonard's computer tends to overestimate dramatically.
Yeah. just like me.
From every ride you'll ever see on YouTube again, deduct 25%.
Don't listen to. I'm a monster.
It was a good ride.
Yeah, well, fantastic. Thanks for doing that, Oscar.
I hope you enjoyed this. I did. Bit more the rural, central part of Mallorca that people normally don't. Well, the locals use a lot, and we've seen a few pro teams again.
We have, yeah. Those the ones in the pink jerseys. I don't know who they were, but
there's the Challenge Mallorca on Sunday. The female Challenge Mallorca here.
I think they were lads though, but then the group behind were
where
girls.
There's girls, there's always lads as well.
Chasing them.
All right.
But no, fantastic. Thanks, Oscar.
47 kilometers in the bank of fitness.
Exactly. Yes, as a very wise man said.
Jolly more. Thank you.